Oh, and now we are back.
Now we're back.
Second half of the 6th episode.
Part 2, episode 6.
Exactly.
So yeah, we just quickly talked about the new changes to the book, and I think we're pretty positive in general.
Yeah, it seems nice.
Yeah, it seems really balanced. The new magic items are really cool. The Sky Sloop is pretty much a new unit.
Yeah.
And
all the units seem balanced internally.
Apart from maybe the Phoenix.
Maybe, yeah, but there's a cap on them, so you can't really bring a lot of them.
You can't take
and it's not massive. It's like 20 30 points undercosted. That's it.
Yeah.
No,
and maybe the Lawmaster is a bit expensive.
Now that I saw the actually we played a game with the new rules, but I didn't realize all the magic changes.
Yeah.
Some of the they changed miasma.
Yeah.
I think
how do they change miasma, Patrick?
Miasma is now only usable against one stat.
Yeah, you can't.
One
you can't
characteristic.
Change all 4 stats.
No, and now it's on a small one it's only -1, and on a boosted one it's -D3.
Yeah, but for the single characteristic.
For a single characteristic.
And that's completely fair. That was so over the top before. The casting cost so low.
But that also changes the Lawmaster's ability, right?
It changes how good the Lawmaster is. And we played a game without this change because we didn't realize it. It was our mistake.
And it would have made a big difference, actually.
Yeah.
I think because the dragon would have been able to charge a turn earlier, and it would have had a better.
No, but then I would just pick movement for it.
Yeah, the bigger one.
Yeah, but
it changes a bit, right? And the 170 points for the Lawmaster upgrade.
You have to make a choice.
Yeah, exactly. It's not auto include, is it? It's not auto.
It's not.
It was before,
but it's still a good choice. But I think maybe I really like miasma. It's like one of my favorite spells in the whole book.
Yeah.
And now they nerfed it so hard.
I still think that the Lawmaster will just keep any level 2s, any supporting casters, keep it out of the equation. Just go with the Lawmaster, give him the scroll. I know it sounds
yeah, but you can fit the scroll in if you give him defensive kit.
And you go for defensive kit. And you try to keep him back. But the utility from having all those
actually, I could have just kept him like 3+ armor save, 4+ ward save, great weapon, scroll, go.
Yeah.
But then I think the support of a white magic caster is really nice.
Yeah.
And also the mage gives you like a free chat unit if you are in a tight position.
I still think you're paying when you're already going 400 plus points for your level.
Do you need a second caster?
I think you're going overboard in magic. You're running. Have you got?
He also fights. He's got 4 attacks.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. Does he now have leadership 10?
Yeah.
Right.
He hasn't got any disadvantages now.
Right. Okay, I think he's a really solid choice. But that's just personally speaking. I would go for it because the signature spells. Because mind you also get all those incredibly good attributes.
Yeah.
You get divine attacks from throwing essentially a fireball at something. Pretty huge.
+1 armor save, metal shifting.
By killing a chaos chariot, or probably like giving it a lot of hurt anyway.
Yeah.
You get a better armor save.
The fireball went up in price for the medium one. And the small one.
Yeah, they all went up by 1.
Whatever.
The thing is, we should probably mention that it's really difficult to spot the changes in casting cost because they're not noted in green, and that doesn't says anything about it in the change log. We can only see which spells were changed in the change log, but we can't see what the actual changes was unless it's in the actual text. But the red, blue, and in some cases brown thing overrules the green one, so we can't really see the differences.
So read everything again.
Read everything again.
Okay, we should talk about white magic because I used it today and you used it today, and I thought it was really good. It synergized so well with my list.
Yeah.
So the attributes changed a bit. The shield counter is now permanent, so it doesn't disappear at the end of the phase, which I think is good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't affect large targets, so you can't put it on your young dragon, you can't put it on your dragon, you can't put it on your phoenix
or anything.
So I think that's fair as well. It worked really well on the Sky Sloop. I just put the counter on the Sky Sloop, and you squeeze 1 wound through and just take it off.
It saved you the Sky Sloop.
Yeah, I don't think you would have killed it. Maybe 1 wound. I kept healing it with the other spell.
Yeah.
So yeah, the lore is pretty much the same as it was before, I think. Actually, the Soul Quench can get divine attacks.
It could have before.
Yeah, it could. Okay, I didn't use it before. But yeah, I think it's really good. I had the spells I had today: Phoenix Rises, recover a wound and +1 strength on a unit. I had Guiding Hand, and I was using that to boost the ballistic skill of my units. And then I cast it on the Bolt Thrower. I got a ballistic skill 7 Bolt Thrower, and I rolled loads of 1s.
And you killed nothing with it.
Yeah, killed nothing with it. But I think
you did 1 wound to an eagle.
And that made a difference though, because the dragon did 2 wounds when you charged it in and killed it.
True that.
And then what else did I have? I had the Cataclysm, and I never cast it.
You cast it once, and I scrolled it.
Yeah, you scrolled it. That's true.
We cast it twice, and I scrolled it and dispelled it.
Okay, fair enough.
Actually.
But I think it just synergizes really well. Like the +1 ward save spell synergizes well with the Phoenix Guard and the Dragon Princes, and also the dragons and stuff. Like a ward save 3+ on a dragon is crazy.
You know that the ward save is just, if you don't have a ward save, you get 5+ ward save.
Yeah,
right?
and that's good for the Swordmasters. It's good for the Spearmen.
Tons of utility.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's good for the 30 wide line.
Yeah, I mean, with that, because you're saying, and like the +1 strength as well. That's crazy good on all the units. Like having strength 4 Spearmen.
Really good. But my argument is that both of those effects you mentioned, the +1 strength for the Spearmen, for instance, or the 5+ ward save. Now, if you have the Lawmaster, you get the Earth Blood, which gives you the 5+ regen and healing a wound, and you also get the Wild Form, which allows you to move a unit as well as giving +1 strength and toughness to a unit. So I hold my ground. Lawmaster is still, even though expensive, the most solid choice in terms of
I'm gonna give you one more counterpoint for this.
But if you want to run a dragon list, you cannot afford a Lawmaster.
You take double white magic.
Mind you, the Lawmaster has only got a place in the infantry heavy list.
Yeah, for sure. Or you go with my way with the dragon, and you take a Fire Phoenix and go double white magic with an extra spell.
Absolutely.
And then you get the spell that gives a magical move. Then you fly your Phoenix over twice.
Right.
Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay. Then, yeah.
that you can do a lot of stuff with that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the magic lore.
Mind you, the signature from Shadow still allows you to move.
Yeah,
but not that far.
It's only 6 inches now on large targets.
Right. Okay. So they changed that as well.
Yeah. It used to be 10, now it's 6.
Otherwise,
on
you go with miasma on a level 2 in the Dark Elf list, and then if you fail charge with your altar or your dragon with a mage on top, you can just say, I'm just gonna move over here, so you cannot take me down anyway.
But that's the Dread Elves. There's a lot to
talk
about in that book.
But Path of Shadow, it's not character only anymore.
Wow, that's a huge change.
Single model or characters may perform a 10-inch flying move.
So you can throw your chariots.
If it's large target, it only moves 6. But now you can just throw your army all over the place.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of single targets that are not large targets.
So monster mash lists in a Dread Elves book becomes really, really solid in terms of maneuverability with the
and we're back to chariots.
And it's definitely a buff to the Skaven list as well with the Doom Wheel. You can just throw your Doom Wheel after somebody and try and burst them down. Or
when do the Doom Wheels shoot?
In the shooting phase.
So you can move it and shoot with it.
Yeah, and you can try it for something and just move him back afterwards and behind a couple of swarms or something like that, just to keep him safe.
Yeah, it's a 10-inch flying magical move.
Or you could have your A-bomb behind enemy lines.
Yeah.
Really quick.
Yeah.
So I see you back there.
It's basically like a vermin lord running around with an abomination on a leash, and he's sometimes he just yanks the leash really hard and pushes a bomb on the other. No, that is a large target, of course. Yes.
But 6 inches can still make a difference.
It can make a lot of difference. We all know how charge arcs works.
We all know how much 6 inches can make a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's what she said.
I really think it's a nice utility buff to the Skaven for specifically for Wormspawn players.
Yeah,
I think it's true.
Yeah, I think the white magic is really synergizes well with the new book.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it gives you a lot more options and a lot more kind of. I could now take Phoenix Guard, or you could do it before, but. It kind of gives you more reasons to take some of the stuff.
White magic is a very, very solid because especially with the high elves, you can always find a use for any of the spells. Almost always.
Blizzard from Heavens is one cheaper to cast now.
I think we should focus on the elves.
Yeah, but this is part of the elves.
Yeah. So we were discussing we were discussing earlier. I was talking about the identity of the book, and there's a thread actually on the High Elf forum which is talking about this. A lot of people concerned about losing the identity, and this is what Kristoffer was hinting at earlier. I asked Patrick especially to bring in the 6th edition rulebook today, because there's a picture. I don't know. Couldn't tell you what page it is off the top of my head, but it's.
I can just find it.
Yeah, we can find maybe, and then you can look it up yourselves. It's like a picture of.
Because everybody has a 6th edition rulebook now.
Yeah, everyone has one. I have one at home in England, and it's on the when you're playing games in certain terrain and you roll on a table, and I think it's towards the back, and it's like the picture of the elves terrain, and it's at the bottom of the page is like a picture of a commander on a horse. What page is it, Patrick?
It doesn't really say page number.
Oh yeah, it's in the middle of all those maps and whatnot.
Yeah. Page, really good.
225.
225, and there's a picture of
Elfman and Nagara.
lines and lines and lines and lines of elf spearmen with a commander in the front.
On horse.
Yeah, and I think this is what people kind of see the High Elves as, is like ranks of big infantry units with spears, making a battle line and fighting off against the hordes of demons or whatever. And I think people are a bit concerned that the Ninth Age is going down another route, which is like MSU, and that I think that's okay. I think tournament players need that, and I think as far as I'm aware, the three areas that the community or the army book community are trying to promote are MSU, Magic, and monsters, or dragons at least. And I think we definitely get those three from the High Elf book. You definitely get the MSU because some of the units are cheaper when they're smaller, and you have that movement, you have that utility. You get the magic because you get the extra channel, you get all these really good laws, and you get the lore master, and you get all the honors that boost your wizards, and then you also now get the dragons where you can take 3 dragons in the list.
But it's still like all the buff spells and all the buffs from characters and stuff, they are better if you have a big unit.
Yeah, for sure.
Scale of economy is
but the scale of economy is also in the price, because a small unit is cheaper to model and a bigger unit gets a little bit more expensive because it's also better.
Right.
Which is balanced.
Which is nice.
And it's a very elegant solution to a complicated problem. Very elegant.
And I hope all the other books will be about the same power level as the High Elf book, because right now the High Elf book seems really nice.
Yeah.
Internally it works really good.
Yeah.
So if the external balance is nice, then it'll be a really good game.
Yeah. When we played together, we played a mirror match High Elves against High Elves. Maybe we'll talk about the list later. But I thought that when I was looking at you, I had the options to fight anything in your army, and I think you had the options to fight anything in my army.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I mean, the changes to spears, it was a very subtle change, but it meant a lot, especially in this game, because that very tanky character that you had on the young dragon was extremely vulnerable
to spears.
To spears, yeah, because it doesn't regen. I don't get the regen.
The lethal strike does
the
regen, and there was no magical attacks, and there was no armor save. So if you could somehow pin that dragon down and charge it with that big block, it would die relatively.
And miasma could pin down the dragon.
Yeah.
Miasma could pin down.
And if you get reroll to wound or something on heavens,
But
or if you just dark elf.
Or if you just had a lot of attacks because you have 5 insurance spears.
You have 36 attacks.
Yeah, I just made a mistake. That's all.
Yeah. And what we're getting at is that this identity of the High Elves, of mass ranks of units, lots and lots of units of infantry, lots of ranks, lots of spears. You can do that in this new book. You can get 15 spearmen for 105 points.
So you get four units of them.
Yeah,
and you have that battle line. You
have the battle line with spears. You flood the board with spears.
Yeah, and it's good. And it's really good.
I don't know if it's good, but it's definitely viable.
Yeah. We assume that it's good.
Yeah.
We assume it's viable. None of us have played it.
I'm literally when I get home. No, not tonight. I'm going to be way too drunk tonight. When I get home tomorrow and I'm hungover, I'm going to call my parents and ask them to send me my 60 High Elf spearmen.
It has to be tried.
Yeah, I have to try it.
Yeah.
I have 20 here in Denmark and I got 60 back in England.
And as long as you don't expect your core troops to win your fights, which they kind of don't.
And they can if you use magic.
Exactly, but they also can if you use them correctly.
Patrick's having a.
What?
Huge change to blind.
Apparently the blinding speed is changed.
Blind
speed of light.
Yeah, the path of light, speed. I was just thinking with all the spears.
Wow!
Whoa! You would want some
change.
some auras from Lord of Light. So we just looked it up, and it's completely changed.
Yeah, it's changed a lot.
And that's in the 5+.
What?
Now.
Yeah, well, it was on a 5+. Before, but now you can do all.
Okay,
this
this
stuff.
is really bad radio. We're just looking through the Lord of Light, and there's a lot of changes. You should look them up when
Look it up when it comes online.
Somebody took a sledgehammer in terms of a Nerf bat, and they whacked it over the nose.
They got the massive donkey dick and slapped it around the face of the Lord of Light.
But I mean, I know there's been a lot of debate on the Undying Dynasties forums, for instance, whereas Lord of Light was just your go-to option because it could give you anything the Path of Sands could, only slightly better.
Okay.
And so I think a change to Light was in order.
Okay.
Especially the signature, the divine attacks, and the +1 leadership, just as an Allure tribute, that seemed pretty crazy. Let's say you're playing a demon player and you got a light mage in you. And you already get all the bonuses against demons. You force him to, like, banishment goes out of proportions. The same goes for Shem's burning gaze,
burning brightness,
and I mean, and then you add on divine attacks on a unit, and you're playing a demon player. And he's like, I don't know how to counter this.
But this is also a really big nerf for the Lawmaster, because you had a spell that could give you divine attacks on a unit when you needed it, and now you don't. So the Lawmaster is nerfed all the way around.
Yeah.
You just get slapped around. 50% price increase, and all the spells you would like to cast are now worse.
I still have to argue.
But I still think he's good.
Yeah, exactly.
He's still good.
He's still your go-to solution in any elite infantry-based high elf army.
Yeah, you got these 4 units of spearmen in your core, and you can cast buffs on them and make them fucking good. Toughness 4, strength 4 spearmen.
But some of them would have to flee to make room for the other ones to charge.
But you got 4 units.
Yeah, but you also have a unit of Phoenix Guards or White Lions. And you also have some Sword Masters.
What you could do is basically have your first line. You do multiple lines with this high elf army. You have your first line of 4 times 15 spearmen, and they're like the flag, right? They just go out there and they clear the chaff away, and as soon as they get charged, they flee, and you make it so that you flee through your own unit. And then Phoenix Guards are immune to psychology, and you can do a lot of things with that. And then you have your
you just keep your Sky Sloop.
You keep your Sky Sloop.
Okay, so now I see the use for the Sky Sloop. The Sky Sloop is flying, so it charges over your spearmen.
Right.
That's the point. That's the point.
And if it fail charges, it will probably most likely wind up behind the spearman.
Yes, and then it's still safe.
Kind of. So even though you can basically take those ridiculous 12 and 11 dice roll charges. And even if you fail, as long as you make sure that the 6 positions, so unless you roll...
How many attacks has a dragon with a Lord on top half?
Like 8. 4 from the Lord, 4 from the young dragon.
Okay, so you're still going to be steadfast after a dragon hits your spearman.
Young dragon.
What?
Young dragon. If it's an ancient dragon, it's a bit different.
Yeah, but
you challenge out anyway.
Ancient dragon...
You challenge him?
And you pin him down.
Yeah.
You have 2 ranks in the banner.
Yeah, but you just pin him. You just
pin him and you steadfast.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really viable.
So you charge him with your Sky Sloop with lightning attacks?
So you got like 4 units of the 15 spearmen, and then in between each unit, there's like a bull thrower.
Lightning attacks work. Right? Is it like every wound you do? Or
no, if you're hit by an attack with lightning, you get 66 extra strength 4 attacks, something like that. Yeah.
So what I think is important is that, and also we should mention the silver helms. They're really cheap, like 95 points for 5.
Was it 90 or 80?
95 for 5. And I think you can run them like 5 models without
anything.
Without the upgrades,
just make it silver helms.
95 points. It's gonna kill any chaff.
Yeah. That's the big thing about them is that they're a really, really solid counter chaff unit.
95 points. To hit strength 5 on a 3+ most things.
But if you want them to grind anything, you still need that mount protection 5+.
Do you want them to grind things?
No.
You saw what happened today with the pillar fight.
Yeah, but that's because I had the protection.
Yeah. What's the comparable cost to 5 Selma helms and then 5 Reavers?
I'd rather have 15 spearmen.
Everybody would rather have 15 spearmen, but what is the cost?
But 5 Highborn Lances is 95, and the Reavers are 85.
So they're really.
But the Reavers comes without the bow. So the Reavers will be 90 with the bows, and the Highborn Lances will be 95.
I would probably always take the Highborn Lances.
Yeah.
But unless you do something very
specific. The Reavers have faster and they get
This game today was the first game I've played ever with High Elves without Reavers. Ever.
And you feel like you needed them?
No, not at all. I knew it was a mirror. I knew it was going to be a mirror match. I was like, Reavers, it's going to get short.
Yeah, I didn't take Reavers either.
Yeah. I think unless you're going for the whole like multiple chariots, full avoidance with monsters flying and whatnot, probably not going to use Reavers.
No. But Highborn Elves is 95 points. Seems good.
Yeah, that's a solid choice.
I think you can. The identity of the army comes from its core, and I think what you can see here is that you can really get the identity of the army.
But then you get the identity of a few civilians charging in front. And then you have the ranks and the ranks and the ranks of spearmen.
Yeah. And
with the Lawmaster casting wild form and region and fireballs all over the place.
Yeah, I think this iteration of the book has really kind of it's got the MSU, it's got the dragons, it's got the magic, and it's got the fucking ranks of spearmen. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah. But anyway, if you don't want that, you can still a big unit is still viable.
It's still extremely viable. Extremely viable.
Yeah.
I mean,
I ran 20 today with heavy armor.
You can have 50 in a unit.
50?
50 spearmen in a unit.
How many points is that?
It's 9 points for the last 35.
So it's hugely expensive.
So 350 minus 35 is 325. 315 plus 105, 450 points of command.
Yeah. But
it's good though.
It takes a lot of effort to bring it down, unless you can break it. But hopefully you will be steadfast on a steadfast.
Yeah. And you put the dude with the spear in there and the 4+ war save.
Do you really need the dude with the spear in there?
Why not?
Because he's only good at the things that.
He's a leadership 10.
Yeah, but the thing is that the guy with the spear, he's only good at against the things that the spears are already good at.
Yeah,
you want to put the guy with the spear in with something like the Phoenix Guards.
Yeah, true.
Who have troubles with high armor saves, for instance.
And the guy with the spear, he's rocking the Flame Warden.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
So he goes with the Phoenix Guards.
Yeah, Phoenix Guards.
Yeah. But the guy with the Flame Warden.
Do you think that's auto included now? Phoenix Guards plus dude with a spear?
No.
No, not at all.
I don't think the spear is also included.
Can you give it to the Lawmaster?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
would you want to?
No.
Then you lose the ability from the Swordmasters, I think.
Yeah, but that's
maybe
you can take the spear, and you can take a Lawmaster, and you can take a 4+ ward save and hardened shield, and then you have a 3+, 4+, and then the spear and the Lawmaster.
Yeah, but you could also take the Mithril Mail and the 4+ ward save and the spear. No, it's too expensive.
No, too expensive. Yeah. But you want your scroll and your Lawmaster. I'd say my argument would be in the other week, do not run a support caster with a Lawmaster. You have so many spells, you're not going to be able to have power dice to even consider your support spells. And you will find a use for every single signature spell in every game.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not you have the power dice.
I ran a Lawmaster with a support caster, and I used my support caster
more than the Lawmaster.
More than the Lawmaster.
That's just because of the spells.
Because I wanted the magic missile. I was using 9+, 10+ fireball, and the 9+ luminous bolt.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. So that definitely works. That definitely works. But my argument is still that you still save around 100 points. How much is that? 150 for the level 2?
130.
130. It does give you an extra channel attempt in both phases.
It gives you an extra bonus. So you channel on 4+ in your for display dice.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Or you can take the new banner.
But then I wanted 2 mages and a new banner. We didn't talk about the banner, and we're probably not going to talk about it to not spoil everything.
It's really good though.
But
and you get plus dispel.
I really wanted it in my army, but I couldn't fit it in anywhere.
Yeah. It's probably a better choice for the Phoenix Guards in terms of a banner. I know that.
No.
Yeah.
No, Kristoffer, you take it on the.
You want strength 5. You want strength 5 on the Phoenix Guards, and then you have the wild folks who have strength 6.
Yeah,
you have the guy with the spear. You have the guy with the spear, and he charges in, and he's wounded on a 3+, and he's got +1 strength.
Yeah. Well, I think that his strength would probably be added first.
It depends.
That's an academic discussion.
So it's your turn, and you choose how the bonus are added in which order, I guess.
You do?
I don't know. Okay. I was just saying something.
But if you want an elite high elf unit that's going to charge in, there's a lot better choices than Phoenix Guards.
Yeah,
Phoenix Guards are defensive units, so you want your opponent to charge you.
No.
Just still dragging magic.
No.
But you can't. I think Jonas has a fair point because you can't rely on an infantry unit to get the charge.
If you have
It's
enough
very true.
chef, like an eagle or some reavers,
Or some swordmasters.
or your
Reaver chariot?
your beloved chariots.
I still reckon that it's really a solid banner, but with the Phoenix Guards, with the potential of having the other banner that we didn't talk about, that banner on those, as well as having those. Let's say what
the banner does.
Yeah,
Come on, let's get it out. Let's say what the banner
Phoenix Guard
does.
will be 22 attacks and extra strength.
Yeah, but strength 4 to 5, not that big of a change. Strength 6 to 7, huge change.
No. I would say the other way around actually.
I would
Going from strength 4 to 5 is huge compared to going from
You can
strength
put
6 to
on a
7.
big unit of swordmasters and go 5 to 6.
The thing about the
But
strength
the
7
sword
is
master's gonna die before they reach anything.
the thing about the strength 7 is that it just negates armor instantaneously. And on Dragon Princes with already devastating charge and whatnot,
I would rather give a movement banner.
But
you can have both.
But
You can have the other
going
one
from
speed.
strength 4 to strength 5, there's so many things that you go from wounding on a 5+ to wounding on a 4+, which is huge.
That is true. That is true.
Which is really amazing. And even if you go from wounding on a 4+ to a 3+, it's even better.
But if it's that huge of a deal, then you still have the Lawmaster casting the wild form.
But it can be dispelled.
It can absolutely be dispelled. I'm just saying that the combination.
Which is why you want.
Okay, I think
Why don't you
the
just
fact
swap the
that
banners
we're
then?
debating this, it shows that it's balanced.
Right.
Yeah.
And shows that there's lots of choices that you can make.
Right.
And you don't know which one to take because they're both good. So, the Banner of Becoming, it's now 35 points. But I think it's better.
But
The model can channel, so you get +1 to channel. And at the start of every enemy magic phase, select one wizard within 12 inches. The wizard gets +1 to dispel. That's really good.
Yeah, especially now that you only have +1 and +2.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You take it on the Phoenix Guards. You already have the Lawmaster close by, if not in the unit. So he has the plus.
Yeah.
And so he gets the, because if you take, where else would you put it?
And you pick the.
I would
White
actually.
lines?
Yeah, but then you're running 2 big blocks.
But are you then considering running the +1 dispel item as well on the Lawmaster and have a support caster with a scroll?
It could be really hard on magic defense.
Yeah. It's expensive though.
+3, but then again, it's really a lot of points invested. You would rather have. If
think
you go,
I
if
think
you
I'd
go
actually-
that way, you would rather have a level 4.
I think I'd rather go Archmage with the Gleaming Robe, so it's Ethereal, in the unit of Phoenix Guard. And then get +1, get +3, and then maybe even +4 with the item.
Yeah.
That could do.
Yeah.
+4 is pretty huge.
+4 is pretty fucking huge.
Yeah.
That's why I want to play the Slan with +1 from the Discipline and +1 from the magic item, +4. And then you combo with the engine, gives you -2 to all casting costs. So it's a pseudo +6 to cast.
Okay.
Okay, it's going to be changed for sure.
Yeah, so that's the new banner. What did you take in your list today?
I took
quickly.
Lawmaster, and then I had the BSB with the High Flame Warden.
Flame Warden. He was. I was like, didn't know how to deal with him. 2+ arm save, 4+ ward save.
Strength 6.
Strength 6. Great weapon.
Great Weapon, War Banner.
War banner.
Magic Res 1.
Magic Res 1.
Yeah. Gives
Divine attacks, gives the unit magic attacks.
Magical attacks, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he has divine
Yeah,
attacks.
He has divine attacks still.
Right.
It's so good. It's so good. How many
It's
points
solid
is
choice.
it?
It's solid
How many
choice.
points is it? It's
70
so
or
good.
75, something
75? Is that for the hero? But it's still worth it.
Just
Yeah, 70 for hero, 85 for
He
you.
is still toughness 3 model with 2 wounds.
choose.
And
It's got
costs-
a 2+ arm save
Okay.
and 4+ ward save.
Then I had support cast on High Magic, level 2 with a scroll. Boom. And then I had 36 Sea Guard, 6 Silver Helms, 6 Highborn Elves with Champion,
Yeah.
25 Flame Wardens, 5 Sword Masters, an Eagle,
Bolt thrower.
a Bolt Thrower with repeating shots,
10 Shadow Warriors.
10 Shadow Warriors, 10 Queen's Guards, I'm missing something.
Lion Chariot.
Lion Chariot, I said that?
Mm.
Yeah, I said Lion Chariot.
Okay.
We can link to the list.
Yeah, but it was basically
Yeah.
this. 2 blocks of infantry, some skirmishing scouts, some shooting stuff.
Yeah, when I looked at your list, I thought the Phoenix Guard are going to be hard to deal with.
Yeah.
And I had a unit of Swordmasters with the Divine Icon. And they were the one thing I could kill your unit with.
I was really afraid of your sword
Well, that's basically coming to cleave wood and you brought an axe. I mean,
Yeah.
those sword masters with that banner
Yeah.
would have made a short work of
But
it.
I just couldn't take the shooting and the magic.
No.
I just couldn't get to the unit and they all
Right.
died.
The Last Samurai, only on foot.
Yeah. Pretty much.
But you had a pretty strong list too.
Yeah.
I think your list was stronger than mine.
I agree. I had the Lord and the Young Dragon. We talked about it already.
Yeah.
How did you think, like, when you saw the dragon? How were you going to deal with it? You tried to cast the Unforging on it.
Yeah, no.
But that was the way to kill it with, I think.
Yeah, the way to kill it was to miasma it so it couldn't move and charge it with spears.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that until after the game. So I was really just worried about your swordmasters, so that's why I tried to arcane dissolve or something like that, to kill your magic item on the
Arcane Dissolution.
But then I ended up I found it easier just to kill all the swordmasters than to kill that. But
it was like you were trying to go surgical, what you just should have gone was like a carpet bomb the swordmasters, and you did that instead.
Yeah, and I had the BSB on the Sky Sloop.
Nice.
And I had 2 level 2s, one with extra spell, one with Dispel Scroll. Both on white magic. 20 spearmen, heavy armor, full command, and they had the banner of triple march.
Yeah.
I think it's so good. It works so well.
It saved you really nice.
Yeah.
Is it still, is there a cap to the distance?
15 inches.
15
so it's
inches.
perfect for spearmen.
Right,
they can march
they get
15.
the maximum utility
Yeah.
after that one.
Yeah, so Patrick, he kind of moved up with his Phoenix Guard, and most of my army had left, and my spearmen had fled the charge originally, and they also had the 2 wizards in it, and he was kind of facing me, probably about 8 inches away, and if I charged, everything dies, and I activated the banner and just moved past him.
Yeah.
And then the next turn, I got a flank charge on the Sea Guard.
Yeah.
It was a really, really fucking sweet move.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was really sweet. And I was surprised you didn't see it actually. But
I forgot you had the banner.
Yeah.
I didn't think about the banner at all. So
it was a fucking sweet move. Actually, every time I've used this banner, it's on Spearman and it's worked so well.
it fits them perfectly.
Yeah. I think you could use it on Sea Guard really well as well, because you can't march and shoot, but you can put them down, and if you have no targets, suddenly just move 15 inches over the board, and then suddenly you have more targets.
It's kind of like a ranked infantry unit moving 15
Yeah.
inches. I mean, we all know from using cavalry that can get a unit quickly out of dodge.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it did. It was basically my mage bunker, and I just moved
if
completely past his Phoenix Guard.
If I had put the banner on my sea guards,
Yeah.
they would have survived.
Yeah, for sure.
It would have been a really good choice on the
It's
match,
15 points as well.
Yeah, it's really cheap.
Yeah, really good. I had 10 archers.
Yeah.
They did so bad.
They killed like 2 swordmasters.
Yeah. It was like I'd roll 10 shots and I'd hit 8, and I'd wound 1.
They had no good target to shoot at. I mean,
They were there to shoot the swordmasters, but they didn't.
Yeah,
they didn't.
I chose to charge the knights instead, and they were all killed.
Yeah.
I think actually the archers in the core section is a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, they're expensive. It's
You
100
would-
points.
You wouldn't take you want to take the shadow wars in the Queen's Guard. You want to shoot something.
Yeah, exactly. And even if you want shooting core, you would still rather have just the big block.
Of sea guards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because the spears are so good.
Yeah.
The archers are just expensive compared to the others.
But
I think they should have armor piercing, because it's the same as the dark elves and the wood elves.
yes, I actually kind of agree. I mean, elven archery is supposed to be the
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 dog's
end all
bollocks.
be all of shooting things, but the archers, they are just a big letdown.
I think they need armor piercing.
They need
and
something.
and then you're gonna see them.
You used to play just 2 units of 10 archers back in the days.
Yeah.
When you only needed two
units of core.
2 units of core. But then they changed everything, and I haven't seen them since.
I run them, but
Yeah.
I think it's
It was
like,
because you didn't have the models to run anything else.
yeah.
That's
true.
it.
If I had more spearmen, I'd
But
run more spearmen.
I think they maybe what they need is the same rule as the sea guards, being able to volley fire when moving, because that would help them a lot. Keep a unit behind your lines, volley fire over your own units and against your opponent's units.
Yeah, so steady aim.
The 30-inch range is nice, but
Steady aim for the archers or armor piercing.
Armor piercing, maybe a little bit over the top.
no, all the other elf archers have it.
But they come with drawbacks as well. I mean, I know the Dark Elf ones, they are 11 points apiece, right? And
Make them 11 points apiece.
Maybe 10 points apiece. They're
Maybe
9 now.
10 or 11, it doesn't matter. If they have armor piercing, the utility of them increases so
Just
badly.
take off the light armor and give them armor piercing.
Yeah.
something
They
like
come
that.
with light armor for 9 points. Like,
Why? The models don't even have light armor on them.
No, exactly. I don't
They
need
have
light armor on them.
robes. I mean,
I don't need light armor on them.
So that would be like a point of critique if one had to make one.
Yeah.
For archers, they're kind of the nothing unit right now. Spearmen are good.
Spearmen are good. They're really well designed unit.
Yeah,
and you can they scale well if you go large, but it gets expensive.
It gets also better if you have a large unit on them.
It gets really good, but you get you get to the utility of actually using it, fighting extra rank, which you don't with the 15.
Yeah. But the 15 is so cheap.
But the 15 is so cheap, and the 20 becomes slightly more expensive.
Well, I think that's why they're so cheap. Because if you have 15, you don't use that rank.
You
don't use that rule, and that makes sense.
Yeah, and you know, the Sea Guards overall really solid use. You can use them in a lot of different situations.
I think the big unit is nice.
Yeah.
Because then the stand and shoot, and the shooting from them will be really, really nice.
Yeah.
You need a lot of shots to compensate from the loss of quick to fire.
Yeah, and the strength 3, you just need
and
lots of
if you have a big unit, one wild form or something like that, flaming sword, whatever, will really make a huge difference.
Yeah, exactly. Scales well with spells. Yeah. Reavers, slightly situational, depending on
the
list.
Nice still. I
like them. They're okay, but I don't think you need them.
No, none of us played it today. You forgot to tell the rest of your list.
Yeah. In my core, I had 10 silver helms with full command. I'm never going to take them. They're shit.
Silver helms is like, you take 5.
Yeah, I think you take
5 or 6, maybe a champion.
If you want a Cav Prince bus,
then you need it for the delivery system.
Maybe you take them.
But you could have 15 with a prince and a BSB in there.
But do you want 15 silver helms?
If you want to have a cavalry prince, a prince and a horse, and a BSB and a horse.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think you can still use that lower life burst.
If they would bring back Tyrion, it would be fun.
Yeah, I think so.
I like it.
The Dragon Prince is just so much better.
Yeah, but they're also in special.
But they're so much better. I think Strength 4, Weapon Skill 5.
I still think like a unit or 2 or 5 or 6, maybe with a champion if you
Silver
want.
helms?
Yeah.
I think if I'm going to take them, I'm going to take 5.
You don't need to buy the extra protection for them.
No.
But you can.
Yeah.
You can if you feel like they need it. If you feel like you expose yourself too much to shooting. Without it, you can go dirt cheap with it, and just probably if you have both Queen Guard and other unarmored units, you don't really need to buy the upgrade.
Against other chaff, it's still 5 attacks that will hit you on 2 or 3s.
Yeah, I had 18 Sword Masters, 17 actually, with full command and the icon of reroll your war saves.
Which is really nice on the White Line, on the Lion Guard or the Sword Masters.
Yeah, and I thought the Sword Masters are not good in a big unit.
Unit of 5.
Yeah.
There you go.
5 Sword Masters. Maybe 7.
Maybe 7, and if you really want a big unit, go with 14.
Yeah, 14 max. You don't take more than that. And you probably don't take command.
Would you want command in 14?
Maybe
you want a musician. Maybe you want a champion.
I would probably take command, to be honest. There's so many good different banners.
Yeah, for 30 points.
I mean, it doesn't really change all that much, to be honest.
But 5 is the way to go.
5 is definitely the way to go.
5 is the way to go.
All of a sudden, you can have all the fancy banners on them if you take a banner.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. So you can have any of the fancy banners.
Armor piercing.
Armor piercing is good.
45 points and a unit of 14.
You probably would want to add
maybe not. But
the big unit is not that good because as soon as they get like a 2d6 fireball on them, a soul quench, that's the back rank gone.
Yeah, but that's why you want a unit of 5.
Yeah, I think you take a unit of 5 and you keep them cheap and cheerful.
And 14 hits really hard.
Yeah, but
really hard.
They're the ultimate MSU unit.
But still, again, 14 is still cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's still a cheap unit.
10 is 130 points.
Exactly.
And they do 15 strength 5 attacks.
Imagine.
Freeze.
Yeah.
If you're facing the 14 of them, that is still 21 attacks.
Like, against Undead or Chaos, where you have no shooting.
And mind you, these guys, they do fight better than any special infantry that I know of. You may be Chosen? Are they weapon skill 6?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Any other unit that's weapon skill 6 from special?
No.
Exactly. And they're initiative 6, which is huge.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Initiative 6, so good. Dragon Prince, initiative 6.
Even though
Shadow
they're great weapons,
initiative 6, so good.
Even though they're armed with great weapons, 14 of these guys against any other glass cannon unit in the game that I can think of, they will come out.
They will win.
Yeah. I think there's uses for them, but I still think 5 is the way to go.
And they're fragile as fuck, but I mean.
Yeah.
But
if you got 5,
instead of 14, you could have 2 units of 5.
I'd rather 2 units of 5.
Yeah, but you would almost always have that, but I'm just saying that it's not. I think ridiculous.
The fact that we're debating it shows that it's balanced.
Right.
Again.
Point in case.
Yeah. What else did I have?
So what you had like?
I had the Shadow Warriors.
Yeah.
Why did you give your Shadow Warriors hand weapons?
Because I actually like that they have an extra attack when you charge or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So you mean additional hammer?
Yeah,
weapons?
Additional
extra
weapons.
Yeah.
It's now it's called paired weapons.
Yeah, I did the same. I actually gave
I
my
assume
longbows
it's the
as
same rules as additional weapons.
I have no idea why you wouldn't do it.
It's 1 point, 8 points,
1
for
point.
8, 10 points.
You
for
get
10.
1 plus initiative, and you get an extra
The
attack.
initiative, yeah.
You get an extra attack. If you have 10, that's 15 attacks.
Right.
One wild form, and all of a sudden they kill stuff.
And your weapons go 5.
Exactly.
And their initiative 5.
Yeah.
6
with the additional hand
And that's
weapons.
the big point. That means that they go before any other glass cannon elves.
Even
Regular glass
if
cannon.
you're in the side of a unit of elves, you're doing 15 attacks. You're hitting on 2s. You're wounding on 4s. It's killing shit.
It's killing shit, and it's killing shit fast.
Yeah. And
they still shoot.
And they
and I
They nerfed the shooting a little bit, so now you have to choose between modifier or poison.
Yeah.
It's still good.
Yeah.
You can still poison, and that's fine. They need
I picked longbows. I thought the longbows were it's another 10 points for 10, and it gives you 6 inch range.
They can move 10.
Yeah,
They can move 10 and shoot.
Exactly. My logic was the same. I mean, do you really need the range? You need the range if you want to be able to snipe war machines.
That's what I was using them for.
No. You can.
Well, because you have to deploy 18 inches away. So let's say that you get pushed 18
I
away.
don't think you do deploy to 18 inches away anymore. Scout's been nerfed. I don't think you deploy. Why deploy 18 when you can deploy 30 inches away and you're safe?
Yeah, but you can just deploy 34 inches away, be safe, and then move 10, shoot.
Exactly.
You just need the 6s.
But they can't shoot you. And the amount of times that I've been, okay, am I at short range? No, it's like 14 inches. I'm just like.
But does the longbows give you the ability to
You get
reliably
a couple
shoot
more,
through hard cover?
a couple more hits.
Does the 3 inches of difference on the short range, does it really matter?
It depends what you're
It goes
shooting
from
at.
12 to 15 against infantry. It's a huge difference.
I really only feel that the longbows are viable for war machine hunting.
No, against
But
infantry.
if you can sit further than 24 inches away, that means that you're out of the range of fireball unless they boost it. You're out of the range of soul quench. You're out of the range of the light spell. If you can sit over 24 inches away as a skirmisher and be safe, I think that it just puts more pressure on your opponent to come to you.
That is true, but it does come at a cost. Is it how many points?
1 point.
1 point a model. So 2 points because you want to give them the hand
Yeah.
weapons as well.
So it's 18 points a model.
So if it's the smallest possible unit, which you don't, what do you reckon? You
I
say 10?
used 8.
You use 8.
I think this is going to be a
I would take
go-to
like 10.
unit. A go-to unit in the book, I think.
10 is good.
And you can put your wizards in there and they can run around and cast spells.
Maybe if you want to use them as a bunker, or potentially use them as a bunker,
can.
the longbows would make a lot of sense.
And 10 is perfect number.
And you don't have the option of using it as a bunker. If
mean,
your
if
opponent
you-
doesn't have much shooting...
If you're using 10 and you roll like me, you do 3 poison wounds every time. So that's the perfect number for me.
I also like upgrading your champion as well. For 10 points, I think it's really good. You get weapon skill, you get ballistic skill 6,
Yeah.
and weapon skill 6, and you get 2 attacks.
Actually, I like if you want to do champion in them, you should go like 5 of them with a champion and use it to take the challenge when you charge with your dragon.
I would agree to that, because I don't think that the extra weapon skill, when the one shot that really matters, it has to be a poison shot to really do anything
Yeah,
anyway.
it's not gonna.
You're going to run away if you charge the dragon.
No. So I mean, I have a dragon.
Oh, you charge in with your dragon.
Combo
okay.
charge. So you
I
have
used to do that with the Reavers. Have a champion in my Reavers and charge him with the dragon, and then take the challenge with the Reaver
I
champion.
think it's cheaper to do it with Shadow Wars, and they still bring poison shots to the board.
Yeah, and you get your 18 inches away.
Grey Watchers, sorry.
Grey Watchers.
Oh.
But I think this
Winter's
unit is going to be good, and I think you're going to see it in a lot of units. I think you're going to see it with longbows. I think you're going to see it with paired weapons.
It's one of those units that you actually have to try to use before you actually pass any judgment on it, because on paper they look a little bit of a letdown.
For the points, 16 points a model.
I mean, shades are 16 points a model.
Yeah,
but let's see the new book, okay?
Yeah,
let's see the new Druidos book.
Okay,
well, I don't think that's going to change.
I've had 6 Shadow Warriors, and I've had a Centaur BSB charge out of a unit at my Shadow Warriors. I was like, if I flee, I'm off the board. Fuck it, stand and shoot. roll my attacks. I got three poison wounds, and he failed his arm save and killed him.
And uniquely, poison wounds is something that sits really well with the High Elves. Actually,
it's something that you don't get with anything else,
exactly.
and it's so useful. Yeah. It's so useful because those war machines, the cannons that can snipe your dragon, and the bolt throwers that can just take away your knights or your sword masters or your like
that one remaining wound after some pesky spell.
The chariots,
some sort
they're
of
so useful. The Shadow Warriors, Grey Watchers.
Grey Watchers.
Okay, what else did I have in my army? I had 5 Knights of Rhymer with devastating charge. They failed the charge, got charged by Silverhelms, and we had a pillow fight the rest of the game.
It was perfect. I mean, the horses, as always, were doing more damage
than the riders.
The riders.
I think they're still good. If I can afford devastating charge, I'll take it. If I can,
you didn't even buy devastating charge.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
You always do.
5 points.
Yeah, I wouldn't see any reason.
I'm missing the 2 attacks.
For the points and strength 4 base,
27 points a model. So cheap for what they do.
I think it's still good.
To be honest, in the current setup, so the 5 of these guys, and then you add the 25 points, which takes them to 160. And bear in mind, this is the same price as a Fire Phoenix. With so many things,
if
in terms of spears,
I give a movement banner for 20 points. Banner and a movement banner.
I feel, to be perfectly honest, that cavalry has taken such a big hit that they should have a little bit of a price drop. And this includes all sorts of cavalry. But maybe that's just me. I don't think these guys are all the rage anymore.
They still come with a ward save 6+ and 2+ against flaming attacks.
Yeah, that's good.
And they have a long charge range. And again, if you buff them with a +1 strength spell, you have 15 attacks for 5 models.
But you have to have a lot of things. And I play Knights of Equitaine. And I know that your models is going to fluff that charge sometimes.
Yeah, they're going to roll one.
They're going to roll the 1-1-2 for the Swiss stride roll, and they're not going to make that 7-inch charge. They had to roll a 7, and they didn't do it, and that meant that they were just dead.
Yeah.
And I would rather have something else, especially in a High Elf book that had so many options, which I personally feel are better than the Knights of Rima.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, again, it's like balance. I think they're balanced for what they do. If you want a cavalry unit that can pack some punch.
Exactly. If they high risk, high reward.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's how we play. Had 2 bolt throwers.
Yeah.
They did alright.
I tried to shoot your bolt thrower and I did 3 wounds to it and he saved everything.
666, like a boss.
It still has an armor save, right?
Yeah, 6+. Wait, let's check. Maybe I cheated. Light armor, yeah.
Okay.
So if you can roll 6s, they're great.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, thoughts on the book?
Nice.
Balanced?
Good.
Good. I'm happy as well.
It's only the archers and core and the lion chariot maybe. That's all. Everything else seems nice.
The lion chariot's good though. It's got a 3+ armor save.
It's good, but
it hits you with 4 strength 5.
It's
and
good
2 strength 6 plus
if you
impact
can make it
saves.
into combat. Yeah, it's really good.
And then but it synergizes with the lore. You know, you can give it +1 strength. You can give it heal or wound.
Yeah.
You can give it a 5+ ward save.
True.
You can give it D3 initiative.
It's
D3
still
weapon
100
skill.
points.
100 points is cheap. It's a chaff unit.
But would you rather have 15 spearmen or a lion?
I think. I don't know. In my special, I'm rather gonna take some dragon princes. I'd rather have shadow warriors, grey watchers.
Yeah. Two big units of Queen's Guard, 3 units of 10 shadow warriors, sea guards.
Okay, when I was making my
The
list,
heavens magic reroll to hit.
bubble.
No, you
Is it still bubble?
You can't bubble it. Yeah, actually, I don't know.
When I was writing my list for this game,
You could never bubble it.
Yeah, you could. It's 12 Ventura.
No, you're talking about light.
No,
Heavens was never about bubbles.
Okay, maybe not. Okay, but I think when I was writing my list, I felt like I just wanted all the shooting models. I wanted bolt throwers. I wanted shadow warriors. I wanted sea guard. I couldn't fit them in. I wanted Queen's Guard. I wanted the sky sloop. I wanted all these things that shoot.
Yeah.
And I think the only negative comment I would have is that I think the army is too shooty.
Yeah.
I think with a spearman being your core, and you're probably going to have a unit of elite infantry in there as well. You can fight, but I was just thinking, there's a lot of shooting in this list.
Yeah.
And then the bow of Elu as well, the new bow or the returned bow.
Yeah.
And then the Queen's Guard honor. I think there's like.
Would you check that?
I think it's really good for 20 points. I think it's 20 points.
But you would need a hero for that. I think that.
Yeah, but you can put your BSB in your Queen's Guard.
I think there are better choices for your heroes than that one. But
still, yeah, I think it's okay. Let me have a look. It's 20 points, and you get multiple shots free, and you can choose poison or +1 to wound.
Yeah.
And your ballistic skill is 6 or something.
So it's 3 shots.
3 shots, and you're quick to fire.
You quick to fire.
And no multiple shot penalty.
Okay, but it's 90 points.
20 points.
Yeah, but you need to pay for the commander also.
Yeah, but.
Well, 90 points. How many?
But if you
how many Shadow Warriors can you buy for 90 points?
5.
More.
It's 80 points for 5.
Okay, 5. Would you rather have 5 Shadow Warriors or one guy shooting three times?
Leadership 9.
You just need the 6s. You have leadership from your lord anyway.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
You would rather have the 5 Shadow Warriors.
The model's unit gains quick to fire. You can put it on your Sea Guard.
The unit gains.
So you can put it in your Sea Guard and you get quick to fire. So you can move and you can shoot in all your ranks. Okay, we found something good.
Okay.
So Queen's Champion, unit of Sea Guard.
Quick to fire is back.
Quick to fire is back.
And now they're volleyfying everyone.
And now
Queen's Commander. Queen's Champion in a unit of how many Sea Guards?
How many can you take?
How many can you take Sea Guards? Maybe I cheated.
Oh yeah, maybe you did. Sea Guard, maximum 40 models.
I didn't cheat.
No.
40 Sea Guards.
Queen's Champion.
Quick to fire.
Quick to fire.
Go.
Steady aim. Point and shoot.
But
Dragon Mage.
So we're into like a
Okay, yeah,
combinations.
we kind of.
No. It's
We're still live on air. I think we should wrap this up.
We want to like delete the last 8 minutes.
No. 40 Sea Guards, Queen's Champion, full command. The movement, the banner that gives you triple march movement, you're set.
2% sound save.
No.
Queen's Champion, 2% sound save.
So what you're telling me is that you're paying premium buck for probably a BSB or some other hero that's made out of glass to make a bunch of strength 3 shooting hit better?
Yeah.
Right. When you put it like that. But it's balance. It's like
no, it's not balance. That's.
But it's only 20 points.
It is, but it comes on a character that's not exactly cheap, and he's going to be made out of glass.
Kristoffer, you move up, you shoot 43 shots
of strength 3.
It's still 43 shots. You get charged.
That's an awkward slow clap for you guys that can't see it.
That's pretty...
Kristoffer, you shoot 43 shots, and then when they charge you, you shoot 43 shots more. That's 86 strength 3 attacks before you strike first against him with armor piercing.
Yes, it is. It's right. And then came something monstrous with toughness 4 and a good save, and it didn't matter.
It died.
It's really good. We're gonna stop now.
Yeah.
Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Hopefully you've enjoyed this review, and Patrick's got something just to tail the episode off. So let's take it away.
The assassin popping out of the unit.
So he takes his hood off, and out comes Executioner Blade.
He brings out the mother of all baseball bats.
Okay, let's go get drunk.